Unbelievable.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my review of NXT Battleground. I watched Battleground last night when I woke up in the middle of the night. I watched it at 3:30. You're going to get my thoughts on the pay-per-view as a whole. I'm going to do 5 things I liked, 5 things I dislike at the end. I'm going to go through the match card dead quick. On my thoughts on each match, and then my like I said, 5 things I like, 5 things I dislike at the end. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. If you want any of your WWE merch, like my Cody Rhodes shirt, click the link in the description below. Takes you to EUROSHOP. Anything you spend, we get a little bit back, so we can then put it in the pod for when we get to 100 subscribers. And we can do a giveaway or something for you. So let's start NXT Battleground. We started off with Sexy Red, unfortunately. Twerking and then doing a split thing. And then it went to the opening video. Please, can we never have Sexy Red in NXT ever again? I know we're going to at some point. But can we not? Please. It's not needed. People might like her, and that's fine. You know, everyone likes who they want and likes who they don't. That's your prerogative, it's your opinion. Same with any sport, anything out there, your opinion. But in my opinion, I don't want to see that. I don't. Don't get me wrong, I love women, but there was just something about it that I thought did not belong on a WWE show. So we kicked off the night with a 6-woman NXT North American ladder match for the first ever NXT Women's North American Championship. I had Sol Rucker to win. I wasn't bothered in Meaching one. Kalani Jordan actually won, which was a surprise to me. I thought they'd probably, at one point, they'd give it to Lash Legend. I thought the way she handled herself in the match was really good. Fallon Henley looks like a star. Jada Parker's got that heel heat. Meaching is one of the best in NXT. But Sol Rucker, for me, should have won that. Like, she's incredible, Sol Rucker. I know she's got a future ahead of her. All the ladies have her. But Sol Rucker, for me, deserved to win that. But Kalani Jordan won. Congratulations to Kalani Jordan. Everyone remembers the first ever NXT. Everyone remembers the first champion. So, congratulations, Kalani Jordan. We then had the tag team match for the NXT tag team titles. I'm not calling them by the stupid name. Fraser and Aitken versus the OC. This is what's annoying me at the moment with NXT. We're getting main roster superstars come down and help these younger superstars grow and learn. Fantastic. Great to do. No issues there. But now I'm supposed to believe that the OC can never beat anyone on SmackDown because they can't beat Fraser and Aitken. And people might not see it like that and say, oh, you're overthinking it. I probably am. But for me, and another match will come up too soon, how do you expect me to believe that they can do anything on the main roster if they can't even beat someone in NXT? The OC should have won that match in terms of presence. What it'll do for NXT to have a tag team like Gallows and Anderson on their roster a lot. They missed an opportunity. However, I was impressed with Fraser and Aitken. I always am when them two come together. I just feel like Gallows and Anderson. I mean, John's probably going to think I hate cruiserweights, and I really don't. I just think, be realistic with it. We move on to the NXT Underground match. Now, another one that pissed me off. Lola Vice beat Shayna Baszler. I went for Shayna Baszler to win. They built up Shayna Baszler in the video package to be absolutely unstoppable and amazing. And then she loses. Now, I don't know Lola Vice's or Shayna Baszler's UFC history. I don't watch UFC. Don't really care. But Shayna Baszler should have won that. No one can tell me anything different. Shayna and Ronda did an MMA rules match. I don't know if it was last year. It could have been the year before. And it stunk. It was awful. It was dreadful. This was done really well. The underground matches are done really well in NXT. Lights go down. Bunch of people around the ring making noise because the crowd weren't making noise, for God's sake. And it looking like they were actually kicking each other and punching each other and putting submissions on. Shayna lost to Lola Vice. No offense to Lola Vice. Again, all Lola Vice fans, I apologise. I just think Shayna Baszler wins it. If we're being perfectly honest. Now, you're expecting me, well, not you personally, but Triple H is expecting me to go and believe Shayna can go and win the tag titles with Zoe against Jade and Bianca. Not happening, that, Trips. I love you to bits, but you need to tell Sean to stop doing some stupid decisions. And then we had the triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Obafemi, Wesley, and Gallus' Joe Coffey. Fantastic. My match of the night. I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. I had no issues with the winner, Obafemi. I was very happy with anyone winning this. I wanted Joe Coffey, like deep down, I wanted Joe Coffey to win. I said that on TikTok. But Obafemi, man, he's a beast. And when he goes to main roster, he's going to make it. One point, Gallus came down to try and help Joe, and it looks like Joe was going to win. They took out Oba. And as Gallus were at ringside cheering on Joe, Obafemi rose from the dead, so to speak, and took out Gallus. He then got on the top rope, did some kind of pits Wesley up and threw him on top of Joe Coffey. It's mental. If you've not watched anything from that pay-per-view, that is the one to go and watch. We then had the NXT Women's Championship match against Roxanne Perez, and Jordan Grace, the TNA Knockouts champion. Fantastic. Roxanne really put on a show. Really proved that she should be there where she is, and she's been given that spot. She's fantastic in the ring. Her character's perfect. Let her run with it more. I did want Jordan Grace to win just because it'd be interesting to see the crossover, but I'm fine with Perez winning that. Absolutely fine. Let her hold it now for a while. At least till Cora Jade gets back, and then have them two feud. But then you got two heels, so maybe throw someone else in there. The NXT Championship, Trick Williams versus All Ego Ethan Page. The crowd pissed me off because there was no reaction to Ethan Page. And the guy's great. And it pissed me off the fact that he didn't get a reaction, but he did towards the end in the match. I think they were starting to get into his character and bury him, and Trick was coming back into it. It was great. I'll get into the arena and the crowd in a minute, but Trick won. All Ego Ethan Page lost his first match in NXT. It's all good though. I'm not worried for him. It'd be interesting to see where Ethan Page goes now. I want him to carry on going against Trick and potentially facing Trick for the NXT Championship again at Heatwave and wins it. But yeah, that was it. So that was NXT Battleground. I'm going to go through 5 things I liked, 5 things I disliked. 5 things I liked. The women are really turning it up in NXT. It's in a great spot. At one point, I was worried about the division when like Mandy Rose left. And people got brought up to the main roster. I was like, I don't know where they're going to go with this. They're in a fine spot. There's no need to worry at all. They've got so many women there that's ready to step up. There is no issues with the women's division in NXT. Sol Rucker, Lash Legend, Jade Parker, Fallon Henley, absolute stars. You still got Gigi on the sidelines, JC Jane's there, Daya Hale, Cora Jade. You know, we're fine. There's no issues. The underground match is done well in NXT. WWE on the main roster should never have one. I don't think it works. I don't think they will anymore because Ronda's not there and it's just Shayna. It was done well in NXT and it needs to stay in NXT. Obafemi's a beast. Obafemi, like I said before, will be on the main roster. He'll be fine. I have no issues with him getting lost like some other people on the roster that come up. So, again, no issues there. Roxanne Perez, she's the future of the women's division. Let her be the face of it. No need to change it. Let her be the face. She'll be fine. Trick's great, but Ethan should have won that. Trick losing wouldn't have done anything bad for Trick because it's Trick. He's up there already with the Carmelo Hayes and Bron Breakkers. But it is what it is. Ethan goes again. Hopefully at Heatwave and hopefully wins it. 5 things I disliked. The disrespect for the main roster superstars. I've already said this. I'm not going to go too much into it. But Shayna losing to Lola Vice, and now this week she faces Jade, Bianca, Alba Fire and Alba Dawn. How am I meant to believe she's going to win when she loses to Lola Vice? Good Brothers now I'm meant to believe that they can go and beat Theory and Waller for the tag team to Miz and Truth. Disrespect to Gallus. I think Gallus deserves more respect. Put him on the main roster with Drew. Have Drew saying, I don't need you, it's fine. And then he keeps getting attacked by Judgment Day and CM Punk. And they come out and even the odds. And it works out well that he actually did need him. Vic and Booker on commentary. Now, I ain't issue with Vic. Vic's fine. No issues. I think he's great. Booker grinds my absolute gears. I hate the way he goes when Trick's music on and he goes, yeah, let me hear it. I hate it. Can't stand it. But they said something that was outrageous at the time, I thought, and then I've done my research and it doesn't seem as outrageous anymore. He said Wesley's the greatest North American champion ever. Now, at first, I was like, well, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee. He held Wesley, to be fair to him, held the title for 269 days. He won it at Halloween Havoc in a 5-way ladder match. So, fair play. But to me, Johnny Gargano is the greatest North American champion in history. He's held it 3 times. Carmelo Hayes held it twice. I don't ever want to see Sexy Red in NXT again. I've said this at the start. I don't want it. Don't ever put her back in there again. There is no need for it. Keep her off it and keep her away from NXT and WWE for that matter. TNA need most crossovers. Like, it was great giving us Ash by Elegance for the people that like her. She got no pop, and I'm going to get to the crowd in a minute, and I know I've done 5 now, but I've got 1 more for it. The crowd just didn't put anything out. It was dead. It annoyed me. Give us Steph DeLanda, give us Moose, give us Nick Nemeth, give us Josh Alexander. Give us these people that are known. Don't just throw Ash by Elegance at us because she was Dana Brooke in WWE when the fans didn't take to her in the first place, so why would they take to her now? And I love Dana Brooke, I love Ash by Elegance, but people don't. And the crowd was shit. But I just think some events are quiet. The reactions are shocking. And the what chants piss me off more than anything. Don't ever do it in that arena again. Please. For the love of God, Sean. Do not do it in that arena again. It did nothing. They needed to turn the mics up. They even had a hype man next to Vic and Booker. Like, why do you need a hype man? It's just stupid. But yeah, that's my review of NXT Battleground. Like I said, I want to try and keep it under half an hour because Teddy's got one before me. But I hope you like both reviews of New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion and WWE NXT Battleground. As I said before, follow all the socials. Follow TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow us all on there, Wrestling Fellas. Either way. Just type it in or click links in the description and takes you to them. Click the link in the description below for merch such as this Cody Road t-shirts. Whatever you spend, we get a little bit back. We can put it into the pod, especially when we get to 100 viewers. If I look tired, it's because I've been up since friggin' 3 o'clock. I went to bed early because I was ill. I'm knackered and I've got to be up again at 2 o'clock to go and get my mother from the airport. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Until next time, peace.
Hello guys and welcome to the Wrestling Fellas review of Dominion 2024. This is going to be a different format to usual as I'm going to try getting this done in 10 minutes just so you've got an easily digestible, get the results, get the information you need and you can get on with your day. Because a lot of videos like this, you're just looking for a quick snappy review because you've not had the time to watch it and you still want to keep up with what's going on. So this is hopefully the right thing for you guys. As always, you can give us a follow and all our socials, which are down below. And we have got a link with EUROSHOP where if you spend, we get a little bit back that we can put into the channel. And the link to that is in the description. So, let's crack on. We've got the opening match of the night, which is Callum Newman versus Naito. Very interesting seeing Naito at the start of a card. We always see Naito in the main event or he's in a feud near the top of the card. It shows kind of where he is right now in his career. He's kind of in the middle of quite a few different things, but as we'll find out later on in the card, he is moving back to where he should be because Naito's one of the biggest names on the card. It was no surprise to see that Naito won. He's going to be moving forward. Callum Newman had a good showing. Really like him. Really hoping he's getting into the G1 this year. But we'll see where that kind of goes. And then we're on to our normal 6-man tag match that you get on every Dominion card, which is just there to get some of the guys that aren't in any feuds at the moment, or any major feuds, onto the card, which is TMDK, which was ZSJ, Eagles and Vegeta, versus the War Dogs and LJ Cleary. LJ Cleary is a guy from Noah, who I think is going to have a match in the All-Together card against ZSJ, and that's kind of what they're setting up with in this match. TMDK wins. ZSJ is great at any point in any part of a pay-per-view, and it's great to see him having more of a personality and getting his how he is in real life onto the screen a lot more. Really enjoyed Vegeta's work over the Best of the Super Juniors. He could have had a better tournament. I was quite surprised he didn't get as far as I thought he was going to, but he is still one of my ones to watch for 2024. Then moving on to Great O'Khan versus Uemura for the King of Pro Wrestling 24 title. This match was contested under Stormcatch rules, which meant no striking, just grappling, 2 rope breaks. I like these matches when they're done right, and the Ring of Honor guys do this sort of style really well, but this didn't hit right for me, and it's probably the stinker of the night. And also, I'm a bit fed up of Uemura versus Great O'Khan. I want them to move away from each other now. After Great O'Khan's won the belt back, I think we're now done with this. We need to just move along. Just 5 guys probably need to get involved in some other stuff as well, because they've been very quiet recently. I don't know where Sonada is right now. Tai Chi's not even on the card. And I think with the G1 coming up, I'm hoping that we're going to see these guys come back, and we're going to probably see a lot more. Then moving on to probably the stinker of the night, in my opinion, Great O'Khan versus Uemura. Great O'Khan got the win. Match was a Stormcatch rules match, which was no striking, just grappling, 2 rope breaks. If you went for the 3rd rope break, you were disqualified or you lost the match. So it was okay, but I'm kind of fed up with these 2 now. I really want them to go and see and do other things. I want just 5 guys to come back, being a bit more involved in the 6-man tag team title picture, but we'll see where they kind of go from there. But yeah, it weren't anything to write home about. I'll just keep it short and snappy on that one. Moving on to a bigger match, the 6-man Never Openweight title match between Tsuji, Hiromu and Bushi versus Tanahashi, Yano and Oleg. We've got some new champs. LIJ got the win, which is great for me because I'm an LIJ fanboy. No, I'm not wearing any merch today. I've got my United Empire shirt on and I've got my Roppongi 3K hat on, but I love LIJ. Great to see Tsuji win a title. I think he's deserved it since coming back from excursion. He's had a big year, so I'm happy to see him with the belts, and I just enjoy these 6-man tag matches when they're done right. Looks like we're gonna get some Tsuji versus Oleg matches when we come back into things next week. So we'll see where that kind of goes. But yeah, that's never a bad thing. Seeing a whole new rivalry, so we'll take that. Then on to my favourite title, the TV Championship, which the rules are the 15-minute matches, let's say, and that's it. That's what you get. So we had Jeff Cobb versus Ishii. Jeff Cobb retained, but we had a really good showing from Ishii here. He was massively over with the crowd. I'm hoping Ishii gets a title run before the end of his career, because he deserves it. He's been an absolute. He's been absolutely great for NJ. He's been an absolute servant for the company. He's a massive company man, and I think he deserves one more single title run. As I don't really mind which title, but he deserves one more run. Cobb were great as always. We'll talk about him being I'd love to see him and Bronson Reed in a match. I know we'll never probably get that, but with the doors opening, let's say fingers crossed, we can have Bronson Reed versus Jeff Cobb, because I think that'd be an absolute banger further down the line. And then we're on to the match for all the heavyweight tag team gold. It's the IWGP and the Strong tag team titles are on the line. you've got TMDK versus GOD versus Kenner and Owens versus Bishamon in a 4-way elimination tag match. So how this works, you get pinned, your team's out, and it's last team wins. So we had TMDK getting the win. It's the first one with the IWGP heavyweight tag titles, and they're only the 6th team to win both sets of titles as well. Great win for them, but the big story out of this is GOD went out first. And with all the sort of Willy Won't-y with Hikuleo going to WWE, because that's where his brothers have gone, this could spell the beginning of the end for Hikuleo in NJPW, which I'm hoping so, because I'd like to see him over there with his brothers on a big stage, because I think he deserves it. There was playing up for some sort of Hikuleo turning on El Phantasmo as well, so that looks to be the feud that will probably see him out. But bring it on, because I'd love that. That's going to be great. Then we're on to the Never Openweight title between Shingo and Hanare. This ended in a double knockout, which is very rare. You don't see this often. I can't remember the last time I saw a match go to a double knockout. This was Hanare's first match back from that horror injury he had back a few months ago. Go and search for it. I'm not going to really talk about it because it was a life-threatening injury that he had. It was a really good match for Hanare. It was well over with the crowd. You don't generally see crowds against Shingo, but this was one of the few occasions where that happened, and I'm hoping, well, we aren't going to see this further down the line. They're not just going to end the feud on a double knockout. That's just not going to happen. So, but yeah, I'm hoping Hanare does get the belt, and that sees him through. And then we're on to the IWGP World Title match, which was Jon Moxley versus Evil in a lumberjack match. So I put this out to my friends, and I've not heard anything sort of concrete back. Has there ever been a good lumberjack match? If there has been, put it in the comments, because I can't remember one that's been great. And I get they needed this sort of stipulation because the House of Torture gets involved in all Evil's matches. Jon Moxley needed something to even the numbers. But I think it was a massively missed opportunity, because Jon Moxley had Shota Umino and a bunch of legends at ringside, whereas what would have been better, and I know it would have been tough because of Collision, if they had the entirety of Blackpool Combat Club at ringside with Shota Umino, and they were Mox's boys. Doesn't matter, Mox got the win, which is what I wanted, because I don't think Evil does much for the title, and I think he's a great chaser, and his groups, the group's very over. As say the House of Torture, everyone hates them. They are the heel group. The main heel group is in that division. After the match, which was what I sort of hinted at earlier, Mox calls out and said anyone from the back that wants a title fight at Forbidden Door, come out now. Which led to Naito coming out and accepting the challenge, which I'll take that all day. Naito finally getting a big match on the Forbidden Door card is great for everyone, and I think he's going to showcase and say why he's so great, and I'm hoping he gets a good showing, but we'll have to wait and see on that. And then on to the main event, which everyone sort of fought for, which was the Best of Super Juniors final between El Desperado versus Taiji Ishimori. And then on to our main event. It was the Best of Super Juniors final. The fans wanted this as the main event, as they felt it had been disrespected before, that basically it wasn't given the respect it deserves. And this match was incredible. It was El Desperado versus Taiji Ishimori. El Desperado won in a great back and forth match. Loads of false finishes. It was incredible. Go and watch it if you can. Go sign up to NJPW World and go and give it a watch, because it deserves it. I love this concept as it gets that Super Juniors sort of bracket, and it showcases it as the main event, which these guys deserve it for the work that they put in over the year, because they're all fantastic superstars. Everyone that were in this tournament is a main eventer in my eyes. Then, as I say, Desperado won. We got this celebration ceremony with a big flag and the trophy, and them giving him his trophy, which led to Show coming out, obviously, because he's heel champ, saying that I'm the best, which led to a back and forth, which even the translator had struggled keeping up with. He kind of gave up, but the gist of it is El Desperado calling Show a coward, and it looks like we're going to get a cage match between Show and Despy somewhere in the future. But yeah, as I say, that's entirety of Dominion, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do want me to keep doing these 10-minute sort of quick reviews, not really going into much, let me know. If you do want me to go in a little bit more in depth and break things down, explain things, that's absolutely fine as well. Give me a like, give me a note in the comments, and I can see what I can do. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week. And remember, all this is great, but remember the most important thing is to tell someone you love them. See you guys. Bye. Peace.